Let's talk data. If you're thinking about buying or selling, then you've probably wondered, where would you stand in this market if you were to try to get in there today? You've probably come across some graphics on social media just kind of regurgitating stats from your MLS with no real depth to what those numbers mean. So in today's video, I'm going to try to break that down for you guys. And if you're in Jacksonville, Florida, this one's for you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, what's up? I'm Ariana Gray, your Jacksonville real estate professional. I specialize in working with buyers in new construction, sellers going through divorce, first-time investors, and those who are relocating. Welcome to my channel. I want to preface this video with the fact that the deciphering of these numbers is for Duval County only. So this will not include Clay, Nassau, or St. Johns counties. I do service those areas, but for the sake of this video, accuracy and radius, I'm just going to be focusing on the one. Likewise, these numbers will also only include single-family homes, condos, and townhomes. So we will not be looking into data that is covering multifamily properties, vacant land, manufactured or mobile homes. Before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up for more Jacksonville market updates. Let's start with the average sales price. So for the month of April, our average sales price was $300,000. This is the same from last month. However, it is down 3.5% from last year. We started 2023 with an average sales price of $289,995. So this is telling us that home prices are steadily increasing. I've had many conversations with buyers who are saying that they're either waiting for prices to drop or the market to kind of cool off. And here's the thing, let's talk about it. Let's address prices coming down first. And I'm actually going to reference the Market Distillery. The Market Distillery is a research company here in Jacksonville that analyzes the local market for accurate local data. One of their recent analyses shows that home values in Jacksonville over the last 5 years, so since 2018 to now, have done nothing but increase. And actually that increase has been over 68%. So based on this data, it's expected that home values and prices will not be seeing a dip for the foreseeable future anytime soon. Now, on to the stance of waiting for the market to kind of cool off. Well, technically it has. And this will come to light a little bit more in this video as I touch on some other points, but the market has certainly shifted compared to a year or even 2 years past. And that's real estate. You're going to have markets where it's a crazy seller's market, then you'll see times where there's a smooth, neutral market, and then you'll also see the market where it's more favorable to buyers. With the conversation of housing prices, usually comes the question of, are people still paying over list price for homes? With today's market, surprisingly, the answer is yes, they still are. But the more in-depth response to that question is yes, it's just not happening at the same rate that it was once before. In April, we saw 16% of sales close over the asking price. While that's up roughly 17% from last month, it's down 64% from April of last year. So let's frame that for you. 45.5% of sales from April of 2022 were closed at over asking price. We started 2023 with 12% of sales closing over list price. That is a huge discrepancy and a huge difference from what the market was just a year ago. As expected, with the increased interest rate, buyers have definitely slowed down in this market and sellers have recognized that. So sellers are offering incentives right now, most likely rate buy downs and seller credits, which can be used to either buy down your rate or to go toward any of your closing cost. Multiple offers are not oversaturating the market like they once were, and buyers are seeing that they have more negotiating power, especially something more than just offering over list price. Now, let's move on to days on market. So days on market is simply just the number of calendar days that a home is on the market from the time that they list to the time that they go under contract. And under contract is just simply saying that a buyer and seller have reached an agreement and they both signed the purchase and sale agreement. Last month, homes sat on the market for an average of 34 days. That's down 9.5% from March, but it's up over 200% from last year. So last year this time, homes were averaging 11 days on market, and we started 2023 with an average of 48 days on market. So once again, we're seeing a huge shift and a huge discrepancy in that data, showing that our market has indeed changed. However, what we're currently seeing is typical for a spring market, and you may have even heard real estate professionals refer to the springtime as a sort of boom in the real estate market. And that's just because this is when we see more inventory come onto the market, and we're also seeing an increased activity from buyers. So how many homes actually went live on the market in April? In Duval County, it was 1,816. This is just over a 3% decrease from what we saw in March, and over a 7% decrease from what we saw this time last year. Again, for frame of reference, we started 2023 with 1,478 new homes on the market. So that number had been steadily increasing just until this past month. What does this mean for buyers and sellers in this market? If you're a buyer, you have several different options at play to make sure that you're able to get into a home comfortably. You can buy down your rate, and you can negotiate seller credit. You can also make sure on the front end that you're vetting out all options for lenders. So when we start talking about a lender and possibly getting approved for a mortgage, it goes well beyond what your interest rate will be. So things that you need to factor in or even just consider are your down payment cost, your closing cost, and if you're going to have mortgage insurance, how much that might be, because this is all going to factor into your monthly mortgage payment. So you want to make sure that you're getting with a lender who is going to have a program that's right for you. And you can do this by making sure that you are in contact with several different lenders before you go ahead and get a pre-approval, just so you know what options are available to you. Some lenders may have programs where you don't even have to pay closing costs, or your down payment may be significantly lower than what's expected. So make sure you're vetting all your options. If you're a seller in this market, you want to make sure that you're pricing your home right the first time, and that you're avoiding higher days on market with price drops. Also keep in mind that your first offer is usually your best and highest offer. If you plan to offer incentives to any buyers, you want to make sure that you're communicating this with your title company so they can factor those costs into your net sheet, so you'll know how much you would net after the sale of your home. So do you think we'll be seeing big changes come this summer? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next Jacksonville market update. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.